Our guest in this segment is Joe Elliott from Community Alternatives to Violence. He's the Executive Director. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome in.
Thanks for having us.
We were talking about, because you have an elimination dinner.
Yes.
We were talking about that movie, The Menu, which was an actual elimination dinner.
Yeah.
You saw that too, Bill?
I did see it. It was fun. Yeah.
I couldn't think of the name of that dinner, or that movie, but you came up with it pretty quickly, The Menu. That is, if you haven't seen that movie yet, we won't spoil it completely for you, but maybe I did by saying that really is an elimination dinner. Have you thought of doing that as a fundraiser? Get Ray Fiennes in and...
No.
No? Your elimination dinner is different in what manner, Joe?
Well,
everybody goes home?
Everyone gets to go home,
yeah.
So the elimination dinner is a little play on words. First, CAV's mission is to eliminate domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
And at the elimination dinner, that's also, we play an elimination game that is not like violent movies. It's not R-rated. Every person in attendance gets a number. And throughout the night, we draw numbers. And if your number is drawn, you are eliminated from the game. Last person standing will receive a cash prize at the end of the night.
So, again, we come back to that last person standing thing. Are you sure there's nothing else going on here?
There better not be.
This is April the 25th. You're holding it at the Country Inn in Berkeley Springs?
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's a great venue. If you've not been, food's pretty good, and they've been great to work with. Tickets are
$60 a person, $100 for the couple. Discount. Go with somebody. That's smart.
Absolutely.
I like that, too.
Bring a friend.
And how much are you hoping to raise?
We would love to raise $10,000. The funds literally help us keep our doors open. We are a nonprofit. The majority of our fees come from the participants who do have to pay a fee to be in the program. Unfortunately for our community, most people with us are unemployed or underemployed and cannot pay fees enough to keep our doors open. So we have to fundraise in order to keep our doors open.
So if a person is, and a judge will put people into your program by order, correct?
Most people are with us by through the criminal courts or the family courts, CPS. We do have people that come on their own who want to make changes in the relationships.
How rare is that?
Pretty rare, but we are seeing an increase in that. We've been working hard
That's
to
good.
try and get folks to understand that if you come to us before the system gets involved, it's better for everyone.
So let's backtrack a little bit and tell everybody what Community Alternatives to Violence is and what your mission is as well.
Sure. So we are the Licensed Battering Intervention Prevention Program for the Eastern Panhandle. We cover all 3 of the counties. We are working with the folks who are using harm in their relationships, who are committing the domestic violence. We take them through a 32-week process, getting them to be honest with themselves, take responsibility for what they have done, understand why they did it, fully embrace and validate the harm they've caused, and learn how to become accountable, meaning how are we going to not do this again?
Do you do the consultation and counseling as a couple or as individuals?
No.
Always individuals.
So we have classes. The men and women are separate. Folks are more comfortable talking about their belief systems and their actions when we don't mix the genders.
Mm-hmm. I want to come back to that in a second, but you have a very impressive board. Would you mention who some of the folks on? I know Larry Schultz and a couple of others are.
Larry Schultz is on it. He's been on it for a very long time, as has Michael Haidt.
Yeah.
We've got Damon Wright. Our new board president is Claudia Bentley. We've got Megan Anderson, Matthew Leonard, retired Judge David Greenberg. We just brought on Dr. Allison Howard and Dudley Cable.
Impressive. Good people.
So when people get assigned, or in some cases actually volunteer to go through the program, there are fees that are involved. What happens if you cannot pay the fees?
If you really cannot pay the fees, you are permitted to do community service in lieu of paying with the fees, so that you're still having that little skin in the game by putting in some community service hours. You're giving back to the community, which is a good thing, but there's no payment coming to us.
Is it community service through CAV or some other form?
Berkeley Day Report Center has been fantastic, and they take a lot of our folks. But really, as long as it's a charitable organization, it's got to be a nonprofit. We're not going to accept your mowing grandma's lawn. It's got to be a mission, a shelter, a church, something that's a nonprofit who will take you on and who will sign our form to verify that you are indeed doing your hours.
Now, when someone gets assigned to your program, I imagine some people arrive at first and they don't really have the correct attitude, but you can't get through this unless you accomplish certain things by a certain time, or else you're going to repeat the process or go back into the criminal system, correct?
To an extent, yes. So we take people as they are. Yes, some people come in convinced they are the victim of lies by the person, or,
Or she made me do it.
yeah, right. Everyone in the court's lie. I mean, it's, they're the total victim. And there are those that come in, okay, yes, I made a mistake. I'm ready. I'm open. We take them as they are, and we take them through the process. If you resist the entire time, if you resist enough that you're disruptive, we will discharge you, and you can go back to the court and you can explain to them why you're behaving in the way you're behaving. But some go through the entire process and they just aren't ready. There's a good chance we'll see them back, and we will take them back, and we will try again.
So do you report to the court that this person went through the process,
Yes.
but we don't think they're ready at this point to actually accept the fact that they did these things?
We do give completion reports that sort of say where we feel they are, any concerns that we may have going forward. Fortunately, we can't predict human behavior. Humans are going to human. People are going to make their choices, but we can alert to the court that we do have some concerns about this individual, even though they have completed the minimum requirements of the program.
What are your success rates for those who complete the program willingly and cooperatively, and what are the recidivism rates? Do you have that information?
So when I started in this field, it was a trend to track recidivism. The field across the country has moved away from recidivism because it's so hard to track. So much of domestic violence is actual legal behavior. So just because you're not getting arrested doesn't mean you're not doing it. The true way to find out would be contact with victims, which is very difficult to do. So what we look at, there's behaviors that we're looking for in the classroom that give us an idea, like, okay, this one's serious, this one maybe, is internalizing some of it. So we really do look for our completion rate, which is, we have grown it up to almost 70%. And we look at the acceptance by the community in referring, and we are growing our referral partners we're just getting a lot more support, which tells us that we are having an impact and people are recognizing that impact.
What is the curriculum of the classes?
So the curriculum is required by the state of West Virginia to be licensed. It takes you through a process of understanding all the forms that abuse takes, right? It's not just the physical abuse, all kinds of abuse. We take you through that to sort of get you to recognize, oh, I did do that. People come in and say, I've never laid my hands on someone. I don't understand why I'm here. By the time we're through with them, they hopefully understand why they're with us. It's more than just the physical. And then we work on building respectful relationship skills to learn how to respond rather than react, to develop empathy, which is understanding that people in your life matter and their opinions matter, learning to control how we respond to our emotions. We're not learning to control emotions. Emotions are emotions. We all have them. How we respond to those emotions is what matters.
Now, who teaches the class?
Facilitators.
And what qualification do they have?
So state law says that you have to have a high school diploma. Beyond that, we do train you. We have a very lengthy training process. Most of it is done in-house. There is an online course that you'll take, that's sort of a crash course in the curriculum. But most of it is hands-on, because what we do is so very, very unique that you have to be in the classroom. You have to see it. You have to try it.
And what's the duration of the training before you become a facilitator?
So our license requires 30 hours. CAV requires more than that because...
Is that 30? 30?
30 hours
Okay.
is what the license requires. And we know that's not enough to be ready to go. So our process is a lot longer than that. You start out just observing classes. You don't engage. Then we start, okay, you can start to engage a little, and then you can start to present a little, and then you can present a class. And all the while, you are with a trained facilitator. And even when you're done, I can sign off, you're still with a more senior facilitator.
Let me divert very quickly back to your board of directors, which I'm really impressed with the individuals. Some of the names are very well known.
Yes.
Your new president probably is not as well known. That's Claudia Bentley.
Yes.
But she had a very distinguished career as a lawyer with Bowles Rice. She was recognized as one of the real authorities in the state. So having Claudia on your board of directors is a real coup.
Oh, We were so grateful when she agreed to be on the board, and then when she took over as president this spring, it was happy dance. Absolutely.
Within the definitions that you use for the organization, is violence require physical violence?
No, it can be emotional, it can be verbal, it can be spiritual, it can be financial, it could be sexual. Absolutely.
And it just occurs to me that some people are just angry people.
Yes.
Like they wake up angry and they say, it's like, what can I be mad at today? Which is kind of a core change. Is this program positioned to take care of that kind of situation, almost a sociopathy?
So, yes, I'm going to say yes and no. I'll give you a non-answer. Domestic violence is not a problem of anger. Anger is not a why someone commits domestic violence. Anger is a tool. It is a how, okay? So anger management is necessary for someone who is lashing out all the time at anyone for no reason. Domestic violence, we don't actually have that. In domestic violence, I'm lashing out at a person. I am lashing out when I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get caught. I'm lashing out to control a situation. Domestic abusers have fantastic management of their anger. But we do need to address anger. We do. It is real. We all have it, right? We all get angry. What we're looking at is getting in under that anger. What were you feeling before you got angry? Anger isn't necessarily our first emotion. I'm feeling vulnerable, I'm feeling disrespected, I'm feeling taken advantage of, I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling jealous, right? And I don't know what to do with that, so I have to blame someone, and that's where we're going to get our anger. It's that uncomfortable feeling plus blame to get anger. Anger is the only emotion I can at someone.
So we're dealing with a couple. The couples aren't going to be in the same class,
right.
But if the guy says she doesn't respect me, does that get transmitted to the spouse? He says that he thinks that you don't respect him?
No. So Eastern Panhandle Empowerment Center, EPIC, they deal with victims, right? We don't deal with the victims directly. If we need to, we are mandated reporters. So if there's a threat, we are taking any and all precautions that we need to protect that victim. So a lot of our communication will come through EPIC with permission of that victim, or they'll encourage the victim to contact us. Because if someone's sitting in my classroom saying everything is fantastic or she's the problem, that's all I have to go on. So if we can get that victim contact, that certainly helps us do our job. But if someone is, putting all the blame on the other person, that's a red flag for us, and we're going to dig in there.
So a lot of it, she hit me first, or he hit me first? Is that a...
We get a lot of, they push my buttons, they get under my skin, they know how to make me mad. I was just defending myself. They've done it to me all these times and never called the cops. I don't know why they called the cops on me. Yeah, we get a lot of that.
How many participants do you have in a typical class?
So we have to have a 12-to-1 ratio, one facilitator per 12 participants. So we cannot go over 24. We do not. That's really too many people in a class. The ideal class size is about 12 to 15, but we have some that go up to 18, 19.
Is it? I guess it's required that these people open up and talk about themselves.
Yes.
Which is like a nightmare for 90% of the population about anything.
It is, and especially our men struggle more than our women because we don't teach our little boys how to talk. We don't teach our little boys how to have emotions. So not your fault. It's how we socialize to grow up to become men who you're allowed to be angry, and that's pretty much it. And then you're sitting in a room full of other guys, and we expect you to open up. But that can be the power of the group. A lot of our folks say, I've never had anyone care about my emotions before. I didn't know what my emotions were. I've never been where someone can understand. And you're sitting with a group of men who get it. And that can be the power of the group at times, if you lean into that.
How long does that take to break through?
It differs for everyone.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. But on an average, if you have a group of 12 men, there's going to be some sitting in the back not saying anything. How long would it take for that person sitting in the back to become engaged?
We give you, so we have what's called open enrollment, which means as soon as you're referred over or you come in and we intake you, we plop you into the group, okay? So every group has people almost done, people starting, and everything in between. And our folks who have been there longer are pretty good at drawing in the new ones. But as facilitators, we don't really start to challenge, impress you for a couple weeks. Like, let's get the feel of it. Let's get your bearings, see what's going on here before we start pressing you. But we do not allow people to hide the entire time. We will come after you.
Joe Elliott, our guest here, by the way, Executive Director of Community Alternatives to Violence. They have a big fundraiser coming up on April the 25th. It is an elimination dinner. Their 7th annual one is at the Country Inn in Berkeley Springs. And Mr. Gilstrap, we will get to your question in just a moment. But first, Joe, how do you get tickets for this? It's $60 a person, $100 per couple.
You can go on our Facebook, or you can find us on the internet, and we've got a little link on there that you can click on to get tickets. If you're not an internet person, you can just give us a call at our numbers, 304-262-4424, and we can take care of you.
That's good. Most people don't know their own number because they never call it.
I had to think a minute.
Go ahead, John.
I was curious, are there, the population of the classrooms, are there a lot of ankle monitors there? Is this in lieu of going to jail, you have to... it's like home confinement, and you have to attend these classes?
I wouldn't say there's a lot of ankle monitors, but we do have them. It might be terms of, CAV could be terms of probation. It could be terms of home confinement. It could be a deferral. It could be terms of bond. So we've got a little of everything.
Can it be a self-referral?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have folks that come in, actually have been referred by previous participants who said, hey, I went through this program, it helped, you better get over there. We have maybe a partner says, if you're going to continue within this relationship, you're going to go get some help. All kinds of reasons.
Since the program is sanctioned by the state,
yes,
do you get any state money at all? I know you get United Way money, you do your own fundraisers. Do you get any state money?
No, Berkeley County Commission has been very good to us. They do give us some money. I know Larry Schultz likes to talk about how we save the jail bill. Not really my go-to point for CAV, but if folks are with us, there are eyes on them. We're working towards that responsibility and accountability, no cost to the taxpayer.
So how frequent are the classes? I mean, if I sign up for this, is it every day?
You come once a week for an hour and a half.
Okay. And then I noticed on the classes section on your website, a lot more in Berkeley County than anywhere else, certainly for men's classes, 2 on Monday, 2 on Wednesday, and then 1 each Tuesday and Thursday. Are these... is it a progressive class? Can you drop in the middle?
No. Well, wait, yes. It's open enrollment, so when you enroll with us, you pop right in. The curriculum kind of goes around and around, and there's certain topics that we just, like our foundational principles, no matter when you come in, you're going to get them 50 times, throughout 32 weeks. So...
is it like AA in the sense that you can just, I need a meeting, I'm starting to slip, I can just pop in?
No, you do have to, because we are asking people to be vulnerable with us and to share personal stuff. It works better when you are with your group and you get to bond with your group. That also helps the facilitators know, because we are required to cover certain topics, so we need to make sure that we are getting the topics with each person. And if you're bopping around classes, we can't track that. You don't get the bond.
But if I've already been through the entire process and
yes.
I graduated, so to speak, can I just pop in and sit in on a class at some point?
Yeah, so we do have a graduate program.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, if you've successfully completed, you are welcome back at any time at no charge. You just give us a call to make sure, if I want Tuesday at 5, make sure I've got room Tuesday at 5. You come on in, no charge. You want 1 class, you want 5 classes. Absolutely, you can get that boost.
That's what I was looking for. I should have done a better job of explaining
it. Go ahead, John.
Is completing the class a subjective decision, or is there a test that has to be passed? Or do you have to score this out of so many?
Unfortunately, no. It is when you meet the minimum requirements, which is the 32 classes. There are situations where we can extend you. We do not do that lightly. We can extend you for compliance issues. We can extend you if you re-offend with another personal, domestic within the last half. Then we can extend you. I obviously reach out to the prosecutors, and they back us entirely with extending. But if you comply and do all the things, 32 weeks, you're done.
30 seconds, Bill. Go.
Yeah, very quick. You may have answered this. How much does it cost?
It is a sliding fee scale based on income and household size. Lowest is $10 a week. The highest is $50 a week. There is an intake fee. And we adjust. If you lose your job, something happens, we can adjust as you go through the program.
Joe, we've got a commercial break coming up here in a second. You can stay through that.
Sure.
But to take us into it, tell people again how they can get tickets to the elimination dinner, because this is an important fundraiser for you.
You can go on our Facebook, Community Alternatives to Violence. You can find our website. If you just Google Community Alternatives to Violence, you'll find us, or give us a call at 304-262-4424.
Well done. And back with the final minute with Joe Elliott from Community Alternatives to Violence. Eric Clapton, born this date 1945, plays us into the break here. Hi, our co-host, the Admiral Bill Stubblefield, New York Times best-selling author John Gilstrap, and Joe, great save on the headphones at the last second there. That was as good as it gets.
Thank you.
I want to put you in our graduate-level assistance program for those struggling with the headphones. Again, the telephone number to get tickets for the Illumination Dinner for Community Alternatives to Violence, April 25th in Berkeley Springs.
304-262-4424.
And if you want to find out more about CAV, what's the website?
www.comav.org.
Thanks so much, Joe. Good to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Joe.